That's nice.
This is just spinning, so I won't know what you guys say. Who is here? Kimmy?
The following people. We got Vicky and Robert and Susan Bernard. Hello.
Hi.
We got Alicia and Anna and KJ Hastings.
Oh, hi, you guys.
And myself and you.
Oh, I'm not on there yet.
Okay, and myself. Well, you're here. We're here.
Well, yeah.
And Bradley Ellis.
Oh,
Hi, Bradley.
I'm logged in as you on here.
How? I've never gotten on there. No, that was because we were reading my video. We're not logged on.
Oh, okay.
That's just
Freaked me out. She took over my phone. You guys, we got cute new jackets, little sweatshirts, so that we look springy and fun. Because we were wearing too much. Ooh, look at that. Because We Can Farms is live.
That's
I'm
awesome.
going to go on there. Check out those broads. We had a good day. We got some stuff done. My body's killing me. In fact, I need to take some pain reliever. Meant to do that earlier. But we did one of our walls and we love it.
Love it.
And now we can't decide if we want to tell you guys about it or if we want to.
Tiffany's here.
Hi, Tiffany. Or if we want to make you wait.
I say make them wait.
Okay, so absolutely hilarious. Two hilarious things have been happening all day today. Hold on.
She's popping her pills. Juanita's here. Hi,
Hey, Juanita.
From Pocatello. And my mama. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. So the one, which has been happening all day long, is Chloe is actually in heat. So Justin has been howling all day.
Poor boy.
I mean, it's so sad.
Poor boy.
We had to put him out in the RV because he's so loud and he's just losing his mind.
Ooh,
So.
my brother's on here too. Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh. Thanks for the snowshoes.
Yeah, they're amazing. We haven't had a chance to use them yet. We will soon.
Mine's just spinning.
It's rude. Smash that like button. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Anna.
So then the other thing, the second thing, which is just hilarious, is all of a sudden we're filming, we're working on this stuff, we're getting stuff done, and then there's this horn that starts going off. Like the train horn, the actual train horn, and it's not stopping. And like, how long do you think it went off for?
Oh, 15, 20 minutes.
I would say even more than that.
Yeah.
I was going to say about 30 minutes. And what happened apparently, because I got on to our community Facebook page, because there's always one lady that will call the sheriff's department. It was like, ping, is anybody else hear this? Yes, I called the sheriff's department. I'm like, yes.
I was worried they had a stroke or something and we're like,
right?
passed
She's
out
like,
on
someone
the
had a stroke. They're just on their horn. And then I was like, no, it's an EMT. So that started up a whole other conversation, which we're going to talk about. But apparently, he honked his horn in Sandpoint, and it got stuck. And he's going to Coeur d'Alene, and it's...
Because they're supposed to honk their horn when they go past the
Right.
intersection.
Yeah, so it was honking, it was stuck, and it was honking, and so we heard him pass and, like, go way down, and...
We were working and we were filming and we're like,
Yes.
is that the train?
So, and then we finally filmed a Hycia commercial, and we're outside trying to talk, and the train horn is just going. I'm like, we're filming it anyway.
Yeah, I guess it was longer than 15 minutes then because
Yes.
we fed. Like,
Yeah.
fed animals, got firewood.
And it had been going on, so they might have actually stopped the train and tried to fix it, and then couldn't, so just kept going.
The redcoats are coming in.
It was like, I'm like, what
Air
is
raid
this?
warning,
What
Bob
is
is
it?
like,
What?
We were wondering, we're like, is it in the shipping container, in
Right.
the RV? Like, what
This is
that?
crazy, is it? Yes. Then I was laughing because the last time I took my truck out, my horn on my truck was doing that on the Ford, and so I would just wave. I'm like, Kara, just wave. So like we're waving.
So they
Hi!
come on the road?
Gonna turn, and the horn starts honking, and we're like, hi.
It's hysterical.
People were like, what? I still have like, it just like rolling.
Yeah.
Big circle. I can't read what you guys are
Welcome
saying.
to my world. So Anna says she needs to see a video of us in the snowshoes.
We do. We need to go do them.
I have never, ever used snowshoes.
I have not
ever.
either. And then so I Googled it or YouTubed it to see somebody doing it. And apparently you see, like, wait. I was thinking you just on top of the snow and you go, it's fine. No.
Bob, you didn't give her a hard time about taking selfies now? Not me this time. It's not me. Just saying.
It's not. It's going here, but it's not letting me.
KJ says, I don't suppose you can just pull the fuse on a locomotive like you can a vehicle.
Right? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. So, between howling Justin and the blaring horn on the train, who knows what our video is going to say. And we weren't even running the generator, so we're like, yes, we don't have the background noise with the generator.
Yep.
But then we get the horn, the train horn. Hey, Kelly made it.
Oh, Nancy made it too.
Oh, hey, Nancy.
Hi. And Sherry made it. I came into a weird conversation. Sherry says,
You did.
you know what? Welcome to our world. That's how we work. So our conversation yesterday, I was reading this book, and these people got stuck up on a snow lift, and the snow lift stopped, and there's a whole lot more to it. But the point of this story is we started talking about how boys are lucky.
Well, because I mean, think about it. They were stuck on this snow lift
for
20 hours.
Yeah,
it was like 20 hours, and I'm like, wait a minute. I can't even go to Walmart without peeing twice. So like, that's like a legit thing. I get there, I gotta go, and then before we leave, I gotta go again.
Well, and this is what started the conversation. This little boy on the chair lift had to use the bathroom, and his dad's like, okay, and he helps him, and he goes, and I'm like, wait, what about all the women up there? What do we do? And so it started this whole conversation between Heather and I about that.
Well, and one poor lady was sitting next to her grandpa. Like, then what do you do if you have to pee? So then I'm telling Kim, I'm like, here's the thing. This is why you need to have friends that weigh basically the same as you. And if you're doing a weight journey, you need to do it together. Because if Kimmy and I were stuck on the thingy-jiggity, what's it called? The snow lift chair. We could counterbalance. Like, one person could hang off the front, the other person would have to kind of hang off the back. And you can counterbalance. Because those chairs, like, tilt.
CMC Farms,
so
right.
It's legitimately a 15-minute conversation that we had. Like, we were planning it.
We're just talking from this book I was reading. Suzanne Anderson, hi from South Dakota. Love to watch your journey.
Oh, hello.
Thank you. We appreciate you coming and joining our journey. Kathy Hall's here.
Oh, hi, Kathy.
Me too.
You know,
Walmart at least twice.
Yes, my people.
Yeah, we put a lot of thought into these things, KJ.
Really
We really do. We have these random conversations, and some of the most hysterical conversations just driving down the road in the truck.
depth. Like, we will dive down the rabbit hole on things. For instance, we were talking about if you know, the
world goes to the
shit hit the fan. If the shit hit the fan.
We can't say that word.
Thanks, Sherry. Yeah,
Oh,
we can.
Sherry.
Totally can. Like, where the people are like burying food, and like, how would you do this? And where would you put them? And like,
those are the kind of books I've been reading a lot lately. So I bring these scenarios up to her. I'm like, we gotta bury a bunch of caches all over the property.
Yes. And I'm like, yes.
73 acres. Come on, we gotta do it.
Well, and I want a safe room, like not here in the shipping container, but in the barnuminium. Whenever we do the barnuminium, I want a safe room that like locks down and everything. So the other thing that we were talking about.
Hi, Peggy.
Hi, Peggy. You made it. Oh, my brain just went completely.
Sherry, we are greatly appreciative of that. Thank you.
We are. Thank you so much, Sherry. I really appreciate that. Yes, Kimmy does have a channel. If you have not gone over there and subscribed, go over there and subscribe.
Just don't judge me by the last video, okay?
Totally judge her by the last video. Go on there, share that one to all of your friends.
Not the last one. This last one, really. Honestly, to throw it all out there, I was having service issues, but then I was just being lazy too. So there's a little bit of both, you know. I'm like, I better get something out.
That's so funny.
But I'm really, really close to my hours, so I'm super excited about that.
Yes. Now, okay, so it showed that you had all your hours, and then it took hours away, so it did that to me. It was like 2 weeks before I actually made my hours that it was solid, and then they said you were monetized.
Well, KJ she says it when like deployment conversations. Well, in Afghanistan, we spent an hour on what would you do if you were walking your dog in a park and came across a blue beam alien from an alien spaceship.
We totally have those. We totally have those conversations. Okay, so I do have to tell you, we were in the library uploading, and there was a couple of recruiters with this new young kid, right? And we're like, of course, it was the best. We walk in there and we're like, oh, what's going on over here? We're recruiters. We're like listening. We're eavesdropping hardcore. And then he says, you don't want to be an MP. They're boring. Like, that's all a boring job.
All you do is check passes at the gate.
I'm like, no, he did not. No, he didn't. I'm going to say something before he leaves.
So we put our 2 cents in.
I'm like, was you throwing smackdown on MPs?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And we were like, we were MPs. And he's like, oh, really?
and then we told the kid, recruiters lie.
We were like, don't listen to recruiters. They lie.
What? I'm like, how old are you boys? Like, seriously, you look like you're in your 20s. Oh, he was like 36 or something.
He was.
And
I was like, really young. That one. They literally looked in their early 20s.
And I don't know what's going on. Hopefully he's not watching. I don't know what's going on nowadays, but the mustaches that are coming out.
No, we were not allowed to have mustaches.
And the mustaches are like terrible.
What is up with the mustaches?
In my personal opinion.
It's not okay.
But we got a couple more. Hi, Jody.
Ooh, hi, Jody.
Hi, Mike.
I'm twirling again on here, so I don't get to look down that, apparently.
Mike says, good news. I heard there is no there there. That is good news, I guess. There. There is no there. Again. Interesting.
I do have to tell you that I told this young man. Kimberly's like, no, she did not just say that.
You're not saying on here?
I am. I'm totally gonna
in the library, guys.
Totally.
In front of the library.
In the library.
Entrance.
We're there all the time. I was like, look, son, if you go in with your head on straight. Like, stay away from the short timers. Invest your money. Stay away from the strippers.
She totally told him that. She told him.
And just, like, focus on your job. And the 2 recruiters, like, busted out laughing. And they're like, what? This is a real thing. They have strip clubs outside every single post. And these poor young men think those women love them. They don't love you. They don't love you.
I tell you that. They don't love you. KJ says my recruiter didn't lie. He may have omitted details. Yes, they do that. Colleen. Hi, Colleen.
Hi, Colleen. You made it.
Oh, man. Almost missed you guys again. I've been up since 2 a.m. and was taking a quick nap before Virgil gets home.
Why were you up so early? I mean, I was up at 3 a.m., but that's just because I don't sleep. Okay, so there's this gentleman that we met at a YouTube meetup thing, and he was going to YouTube, and he wrote down my phone number, and he's kind of messaged me a few times, but he's an evening person, and I'm not.
We all know that she's not.
It's almost midnight because it's dark outside. And last night, he messaged me at like 6:30, and I was like, who does that? Like, that's so late. It's like, it's 6:30. I'm like, what time is it? She's like, 6:30. Oh, that was really late because it's dark and it's midnight. It was hysterical. And we got to talk to the grandkids on the phone last night, and they were hysterical because they were so excited because I haven't talked to them in a while.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Are you still on the mountain?" And I'm like, yes. And then they were just excited and talking all over each other, so I can't wait for them to get back.
We have our first build question for the day.
Ooh, yay.
So Mike gets the first build question award.
Ah.
So, did you finish the floor insulation?
Oh, Mike, you're new here, aren't you? Takes us forever to do everything. We did. We got the foam down and the other floor down. I thought that was in Monday's video. Did you not watch the whole video?
No, he said, did you finish the floor insulation?
Oh, underneath the shipping container?
No. Okay, to be fair, part of it is not our fault. The goats are taking the insulation out.
They legit are.
They
the
really
other
are.
thing is we did keep the insulation inside to get it
Says I'm not new.
fully dried.
Sorry, Mike.
To get
She was teasing you.
I was teasing you. To get it fully dried before we get it up under there. And then the goats escaped. So we have to go and actually trap them inside the barn. We can't, because if we start putting that underneath there, they will rip it out. In fact, their little horns have started, because they've been going under there now. And their horns have been catching it. So I have to go back in and re-put some in. And we have to do it because we have another single digits week coming up.
Colleen named her chickens Kimmy and Heather. So Kimmy, our favorite chicken I have is now named Kimmy, and Fred screaming chicken, a red screaming chicken, is still named Heather. I'm the favorite. It's perfect, Colleen.
That's funny. That's so funny.
Bad goats. Yes,
So
they are
They
bad.
are very bad goats.
Well, Mike said time for goat meat. Well, 2 of them may be pregnant, so those 2 get a reprieve, and the other one,
I told him today,
we're considering it.
This is how you end up in freezer camp.
Yeah. But the problem is, okay, so here's the problem. But of all of them, so Junie's got their really cute, fun ears, like the
Flying
off
nun.
of the Flying Nun, yeah. Sally Fields on the Flying Nun, right? Well, Bud has this permanent smile on his face.
Permanent smile.
And he's so cute, and he'll get up on the tree, and then he'll like flip his head all the way backwards,
Yes.
and he's just the biggest goof.
He's special, that one.
He is. Don B!
Hey,
Hi.
Don, you made it. So we've actually been working in the living room today, and we've got part of a wall done. Yeah.
We're excited.
Part of a wall done, and we're going to be painting the floor. So that'll be Friday's video, and we're painting the floor down there to hopefully help it not get destroyed by the dogs and us walking in and out and all that kind of stuff. So we got some floor paint.
Sue Ann says, I've not watched the new videos as I'm watching all your old ones
Oh,
first.
bless
I
you.
want to see all the fun.
And you're still here. The first ones were terrible.
We appreciate you,
But
Sue.
we do appreciate you. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's lots of changes from then to now. So
Yeah. I went and checked the barn out this afternoon, and the posts are still standing, and they are still very straight. Because I know a bunch of people had said if you didn't get all of your girts up, that those would twist and bow and do all that kind of stuff. But when I was milling, that's why I make sure the core of the log is the center of my beam, especially if it's going to be a post. But yeah, that's my dealio with that. So they're standing straight and tall. I'm like super excited about it. Yeah, it looked great. But starting Saturday, I think we're back into the teens. So we got to get some wood split again.
not us, the weather.
No, not us. Okay, so I was thinking this. I was asking this. Well, anyway, I was telling Kimmy that I still feel like I'm like in early 20s.
Same, girl, same.
But I'm 50. Oh, and we met somebody in North 40, and we were so zoned out. Somebody had said, so if you're on here and that was you, hi. She was like, oh, I love your channel. And we were like, oh, thanks. And just kept talking.
And that's not like us.
And that's not like us. And so I was like, we were checking out, and I'm like, man, we should have went back there and asked her what she was growing in her garden. She was getting seeds and stuff. And
yeah.
yes, so
if that was you, we're sorry.
We're
we just
sorry.
were having an off day, but we still smiled.
we did. It was very exciting. But next time, say hello again, and then we're going to stand and talk to you, and you're going to be like, we can't get rid of them.
Colleen says, redhead screaming chicken I got from the girls is Heather Kimmy's suggestion.
That's too much. That's funny.
Anna says, that's a good tack weld. Because the poster's
Yes.
just staying up.
Right?
Carol Kettner, hi, girl.
Hi, Carol.
Can't wait to see the floor. Have to keep it smooth for yoga.
Yes.
Yep.
We were talking about that, doing some yoga.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
phone's, like, way behind.
we were considering, do we want to show you guys us from the beginning to the end? So you know how when you first start doing something and you're terrible,
Terrible.
and then as you get further along, you get better. We considered showing some yoga throughout our day, throughout the build and stuff. But that being said, the shipping container is rather small, and it's really hard to film without getting shots that you really don't want.
Nobody needs to see. Nobody needs to see that. It traumatized you guys. It would be terrible. You'd be in shock.
That's the problem we're having with the filming and the build right now is trying to find ways that you guys aren't just seeing our backsides because
Yeah. Well, and then what ends up happening is one person has to be filming while the other person is working. And for instance, on the wall that we were working on today, was a 2-man thing. So, there's parts of it that I'm like, okay, all we can do is time lapse this, and then we try to bring in the other camera and do some other stuff. But I have to say that I've kind of been in this wah-wah spot, like mentally, and have almost been like, let's just get it done and then just show them that it's done. Like, not even show them the work, and then what we're doing, we'll just be, look, we did this thing. Here's this thing that we did. But I think I'm feeling good again. I'm feeling good about the filming of it and editing and getting back into that process.
I think one of the hardest things for me personally is living in a space that you're working in, because if we're working in that living room, right now Heather's bed is in there temporarily. Mm-hmm. That's where she's sleeping. So we have to take everything out. Then we have to put everything, tonight, we still have to put her bed back in there before bedtime and then remake everything. So it's so tough because you guys, you see us in our a little bit of a mess because there's not enough space for everything.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
And
that's just hard.
It's hard.
And because it's such a small space, it's nicer to film it when everything's cleaned up. But because we're shifting from here to there, like that whole back area is full of things now because we pulled this stuff out of the living room to film for today.
Okay, so KJ says, I suggest no videos on yoga. I tried it once. One position was, very up close with a pillow. I felt like such an idiot. Never done it since.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear you, girl.
I love Adrienne, yoga with Adrienne, and she does it.
But see, those skinny girls can get away with it. I'm just saying. Like, they look so graceful and nice. And
so when I first started doing yoga, I used to do it often, and within 2 weeks I could do almost all the things.
That's amazing. Kathy Hall says, love watching you both, and laughing is the best medicine.
It is.
Thanks, girl. We appreciate you.
I was worried because we didn't get a whole lot of work shown in Monday's video, and I'm like, people are going to riot. But so that's like all of our behind the scenes footage and stuff. And I was like, I'm putting it in anyway. I'm doing it anyway. And everybody seems to like it. So
Yeah, except for there was one guy that we go to some classes, YouTube classes and stuff, and they say,
yeah.
now don't focus too much on like your pets, because people don't want to sit there and watch.
They don't care about your pets like you do.
Like you do, yes.
Or your kids. Don't put
Or
your kids on there.
Or just do little snippets of them. Don't put long, drawn out things.
And I'm like, what are
And
you doing,
it's
Chloe?
The dogs!
I mean, it's, you have to, okay, they are involved in whatever we're doing. So you either have to acknowledge them or pretend like they're not there. And then it would just be the elephant in the room.
Let's see.
Like Justin's howling today. We had to acknowledge that he's howling and it's sad.
Mike says, but gotta love your house payment.
Yes. Well, I do have a mortgage on the property.
Yep.
We will have the property paid off in 5 years. That's the thing there, and so then we'll be debt free on that.
My mom said I'd be lost without Wi-Fi, so apparently Bob had a hard time with his Wi-Fi. It's been going around because I can't get onto like Facebook Messenger or Facebook or YouTube, like none of this stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Everybody says they love watching Justin and Chloe.
Nice.
I love the pups. I love the dogs.
So one of my favorite YouTubers that's not local is Trent and Allie, and they show their dogs all the time and their child all the time, but they show their dogs all the time. And so, you know, I think there's like different genres for people. And for instance, us, we're just taking you along on our day, and they're in it. I mean, when we're out at the barn, we're not really showing the dogs. And when we're doing outside stuff, we're not showing the dogs because they're not right there.
Yeah.
But there's just no way we could do it.
We got Ty here for
Ooh,
Quality of
hi, Ty.
Life.
How are you?
5 years is great, Mike says.
Yeah. That is the plan.
Aline, hello, Aline.
And that's actually one of the reasons why,
Hi, Mary.
hi Mary, why things are moving so slowly in the build and stuff like that. I mean, we've had a few people give us a little bit of a hard time on, you should have already had that building done. Like, it's not a big building. You should have already had it done. But I'm putting a lot of money into the property to get the property paid off. And so basically the build is, I had committed to being 5 years in the RV, and then doing this, setting up this build and doing this build, was kind of just a, hey, here's something that we can do. We can get in a bigger space. We can be a little bit more comfortable. And then once the property's paid off, then we'll be working on bigger buildings and all of those kinds of things. So building this is just as money comes in and YouTube's kind of, you know, giving us some money, and we're getting a little bit of a paycheck now. And so that's the money that we use to purchase things for the build, which is why it's taking so much longer. So those of you that have stuck around, you know that already, but there's a lot of new people that just don't understand that that's kind of because we get those comments.
And we know that we chose this life. We chose this lifestyle.
Yeah.
We chose that we're going to be sleeping in the cold for a little bit of time. You know, it's something that we're fully aware of, and we've made that commitment. Heather and I had long discussions before I even moved back.
Right.
When I was in Florida.
I was like, can you pee in a bucket?
And I couldn't even imagine what that was like. I was like, I have no idea. But, you know, but you adapt and you get used to what you're doing. And I think each year is going to be better and better.
Yes.
Like last year was worse than this year.
Right. Well, and
Even
this
though
year,
the temps are worse.
yes.
This year.
Well, this year we have the wood stove, and so we're really warm. I mean, we're way warmer than what we were last year.
Yeah.
Last year was like, wear all the clothes because it's cold.
This year we're popping windows open,
We
saying
are.
we're a
It's
little
hot.
warm. We got to kick the
But
blankets off.
now we're playing the firewood game and getting the firewood and making sure we have enough of that. And we talked to one of the neighbors, and he was like, yeah, it said that winter's going to last quite a bit longer than normal. And I'm like, no, it's rude.
Colleen's going back to nap.
Bye. Good night, Colleen.
They're going to watch us at dinner. So,
Okay.
Hi, Virgil.
Hi, Virgil.
You are very smart not charging it or taking out a loan.
Yeah, that's, that's exactly it. I didn't want to, I was just about debt free on my property in Washington. Matter of fact, all of my bills, my phone, I didn't do TV, I just had my phone. So my phone, my property, my house payment, my land taxes, and all of that, everything. So I had a well, but my electric and every bill that I had was $800, like for the month.
Yeah.
And then, so then I had quite a bit of extra money to just do things with, and I traveled and I went and did things. And moving here, it was like, okay, I'm gonna have quite a bit bigger of a mortgage, and I'm just not, I'm okay with not doing all these extra things and just doing like, kind of the bare minimum of whatever. But I mean, I know quite a few people would have a hard time living like this. And
I've had
thinking,
to go through adjustments for sure.
Yeah. But it's worth it in the long run when we look at the big picture of all of it.
We know what it's going to look like 5 years out. So we're like, yeah, sign me up.
Yeah.
KJ says, peeing in a bucket, peeing in a bucket,
A bucket?
peeing in a bucket is definitely an interview question most people don't get. True.
So we were telling, I need to throw a lot. You just run a lot on the fire. This one's got sap on it, so it's gonna go up like crazy. It's a little cold though.
Oh, Jody, that sucks. She had no choice but to change charge medical procedures and medications. Now she's $11,000 in debt.
Man,
that is the worst.
That's the worst.
I hear you, girl.
I did. I put a whole bunch of money down on my sawmill, and then I got a loan for the rest of it. So the sawmill, actually, they just sent me a thing, and they said that you owe $5,000 on the sawmill. So between those couple of things.
How did fungus log work out?
I haven't burned that one yet. In fact, I think it's back here. I might burn it tonight. I'll let y'all know.
We'll let you know if we have psychedelic drinks.
We could burn it now. I could crawl under there and get it. I feel like it's right under there.
Call 911 if we start having problems. Let's see.
So funny.
Ty disappeared. Ty, are you still there? What's going on your projects?
Because I have the the damper has made like the biggest difference. I'm burning out half the amount of wood. Some of these days that have been nice, I've actually been burning a third of the amount of wood. Because I fill up this little thing. There's a table right behind you guys, and underneath it I fill it up, and that's lasting me 2 days. 2-3 days, where before it was like 1 day's worth of wood. I wish we would have gotten a damper way sooner.
And for those of you that want to say, I told you so,
I just
Bob.
Well, the problem is, so I had gone into North 40 and they were out of the damper in what we put in. They were out. And they had one where like you could drill the hole and you could stick it all up in there, but this is double walled pipe, so that didn't work for us. That's for single walled pipe. So we had to wait for them to get that back in, and I guess we could have ordered it online, but I'm stubborn. Don't judge me.
Well, and we have to wait for money to come in for a lot of our projects.
Yes.
So
Yeah. This is very.
Ty, what's going on in your build? He said he's just enjoying the chat and looking at analytics.
Oh,
We look at analytics
all
a lot.
the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I was working on a short today to put out, and I was trying to add music to it, and it would only allow 15 seconds worth of music, and it was a 30-second short. And I'm like, I don't want to take these other things out. I want it to give me 30 seconds. So you guys didn't get a short today. So stupid. I'll get it figured out and then put it out tomorrow.
Bob says, Heather, who wound you up tonight?
I don't know. I have popcorn.
She is more animated than the last the members live on Thursday.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, we had some really, really gray skies and really terrible gray skies for a really long time, which I have SAD syndrome, and that's an issue, and it pulls me down. And we've had a couple of really sunny days, and that is usually what all it takes is a couple of Sundays.
Ty's build is on hold till the weather gets warmer. I'm a flower.
Okay, Ty.
Do so well in the cold. He's a flower too.
Wow, you're a dainty flower.
Dainty flower.
I'm a dainty flower. So Ty, I was watching your video a little bit ago about when you put your center beam. If you guys haven't, if you're not subscribed to Quality of Life, and it's like the koala.
Koality.
Yeah.
One of the mods you want to throw his
channel up there. So he did this really cool build basically by himself, and it's timber frame. Is it timber frame or post and beam? I haven't watched all of it, but this one I was watching where he was setting a center beam by himself, and I'm like, that's amazing.
That's impressive.
Very, very impressive.
We're impressed. Mike, really like the life type here. I think that's...
Is your phone doing what mine does? Mine has been auto-correcting words, and I'm like, it's never that word.
Really?
Ever.
Like the life type here. That's... it did it twice. I don't know.
He likes
not
to
timber
lie.
frame.
It's real life. It's
Cool. Quality says, or Ty says not timber frame.
okay. But it's, you've got the big posts and the big chunky things inside there. I've watched little bits of the build.
Thank you guys for throwing his channel up.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
3 people did it. You guys are the best.
Bam. Bam. Like that. Mic drop.
That's what our girls do.
Choom.
And guys,
Choom.
how much do you lack in hours? Alicia says. I am. It's playing the game. So it said I had over 4,000 hours. I got super excited, and then bam, I was like down to 3,850 something. But right now it's about shy 50 hours still. So
Yeah. Ty says big exposed beams, kind of heavy to get into place with it. Yeah, that's what I was seeing in yours, were the big exposed beams and that kind of stuff. They're so cool. KJ Hastings, I'm in Ohio now. 3 inches of snow last week and 5 is predicted for tomorrow. I've been living in South Carolina for 7 years, so I'm lost.
oh wow.
So I asked my grandkids if they've been sledding yet, and they were like, no, we don't know how. I mean, they were like screaming. It was really funny, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. Like, I don't understand their words.
Okay, it's the cutest thing. So the one grand boy, he's a little bit older, and he
7.
translates for the other one.
Yes, he'll tell me what he says now. It's great.
It is so funny. We're like, what did you just say?
By like the 3rd time, he's like, Grandma. He said da. Oh, okay.
Ty was smart. He said he bought his beams before the price went up. He couldn't
Yeah.
afford to buy them now. No, wood is super, super expensive.
It is. It really is.
Mike wants to make sure that we check out Sean James' cabin build.
Oh, okay. We'll go check that out.
Hi, Brenda.
Oh, hey, Brenda.
How is Matt and Isaac? Tell them we said hello.
There was something we were going to ask Matt.
Mary, you are so right. They are totally cheating me. I know it.
You know, though, they did that with my hours too. It was like you're all yeah.
I even did screenshots. I was like, proof. It says
Yeah.
over 4,000, and
Yeah.
then I did it the next time, and I was like, meh. Sean James is a worker. Ty says, "Bye, Jody. She's taking off.
Ooh, bye, Jody.
Thanks for coming, honey.
Thanks for hanging out with us. What's everybody having for dinner? Let's
We
just start
didn't-
talking about
Nobody
food.
talked about food.
None.
yet.
I got to throw it out first.
That's
We're having burgers
crazy.
and fries. Burgers and fries. Okay, so I do have to. It'll come out. I think it'll come out in a video. We have one of the walls in the living room has water in it.
Darn. Don't know how that happened.
So we found that. There's that.
You know,
That won't be in this next video because we're doing this and getting the floor treated, and then we have to pull down the plastic, pull out all the insulation. We're gonna put in the insulation that's really dry. I'm gonna go outside and fix. I know where it's leaking. We're gonna go outside and fix it, and then we've got to do that all before the storm.
those of you that watch us, you know that you don't watch us to learn.
It's because we're funny.
It's honestly we are learning as we go.
Yeah.
We make a lot of mistakes, and that's
Yes.
okay because that's how you learn. Right.
Exactly.
By the next build, we'll be like, okay, I remember that.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you know, for those of you that throw out ideas, we are incredibly grateful.
yes.
It is really hard for those of you that throw out ideas but are not very kind about it. So just it's hard to take suggestions if people are coming at you, bro. So
yeah.
like, seriously, don't
But
come
you
at
blame me.
honestly, if you're like,
Yeah.
you know, hey, I
So,
am proud of you girls for doing what
Yeah.
you're doing, but here's some suggestions.
Somebody gave a
Thank
thing
you.
like that. There was one person that was like, basically, you're stupid. You shouldn't be doing this. You're all gonna die. And then,
and that's a repetitive person.
yeah. So I just blocked that person. They're no longer allowed on my channel. And then someone else, and I kind of feel like it was KJ, who had said, or might have been someone else, but had said, you know, all this. I just love you guys. Here's a suggestion, and then like gave the suggestion, and I was like, that's how it's
That's
done.
how you do it.
That's how
You
it's
say,
done, right
you
there.
know, girls, you're so pretty
Exactly.
and so smart. Oh, and here's a suggestion for
You're
you.
super funny. When my son was little and he wanted something, he would come in and be like, I would say, he would ask, first he would just ask, and I'm like, whoa. First off, don't come at me like that. First you have to tell me I'm pretty, and I'm funny, and I'm smart. Then you ask.
It's Tuesday. Everybody's throwing out tacos. It's Taco Tuesday.
Oh, we're having burgers and fries.
Hi,
Not
Karen.
Sweet potato fries. Hi, Karen.
I'm making tacos with everything while I'm listening to you. I love
Ooh,
tacos.
me too.
Oh, Karen, I'm totally jealous. Sue Ann.
Oh, I love my self-reliance. I watched that one.
Sue Ann made her cooking me pizza tonight.
Ooh.
Bernard Brooks. Hi, Bernard.
Hi, Bernard. You made
I guess we got a little talkie and missed a bunch of stuff.
Uh-oh. Gotta go find it. So we can get caught up. Did anybody have any other questions for us? We got about 15 minutes.
Tiffany says, "Don't judge
Pick
me,
up.
hamburger helper."
So I made hamburger helper from scratch not too long ago. And Kim was like, I'm not eating it. So I ate all of it. It took me like 3 days. Yeah. You were like, I don't like hamburger helper. And I was like, but it's from scratch. And you were
Then
like,
it's not hamburger helper. Hamburger helper is from a box. My mom, you know this, mother, used to feed me that a lot.
it is still hamburger helper if you make it from scratch.
then it's called goulash, and then I would totally eat that. But if it's hamburger helper, let's see what Bob said. Heather and Kimmy are beautiful and funny. Tacos and ice cream, please.
Man, I want ice cream.
Hope is the road to the house. Need change still. Hope.
Oh, how is the road to the house, dude? You should know. We don't need change. In fact, Kimmy has something she would like to say.
I would like to say that, Bob, you're right. I've been doing 4 low, and most of the time I can get up with no chains. Except for yesterday. Yesterday, we slid down the hill backwards, and it was scary. And I was pumping the brakes, and I'm like this, and she's like, "You're okay, you're okay." She's like,
You're good.
You're doing good. You're doing good. And I'm like, we're gonna die. Like this whole time, I'm pumping the brakes, and I'm like, I don't like this feeling. I don't like this feeling. I don't like this feeling. So most of the time, Bob, you were right. Not that time.
She's like, Bob.
My mom just threw out, or we had rice-a-roni, right? What have I said?
Rice-a-roni.
Family helper and rice-a-roni.
Yeah. My mom cooked everything in the crock pot, so my stepdad was like, boiled meat again. And then I started cooking, and I took over the.
Anna, it was not like a roller coaster, hun. I wish it was.
It was once we got up to the hill.
Now let me explain this part. So the top of the hill now, because we've had so much snow, have ruts. So the rut is like this tall, right? So your tire are going down these ruts, and if your tire starts to get out, you're out of the ruts, it jerks you back into the rut, and it's like when you're on those really old-fashioned roller coasters that jerk you.
That's what it's like.
And we're like, dang, like we're looking whiplash. Just driving down the road. Oh, yeah, good times.
It was good times.
You know what? If we could just videotape that and put it to music,
yes,
y'all would be laughing.
All we need to do.
The coaster of terror, right, KJ?
It is. It's but man, when we start sliding backwards on that one, and so we do this. The end of the hill before we come up, right? We're like, are we gonna chain up?
Okay.
What do we think? How do we feel about it? Let's just do it.
Let's just do it. And it's funny, we're like, okay, Samson, okay, buddy, you got this. You got this, buddy. You got this. And then she grabs her oh heck bar, right? And so she's holding that. She's leaning forward.
You have to lean forward.
And then it's like taking off. I don't know if you guys have been to Universal in Florida. There's this one ride where you go chug, 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 and then it blasts you off, right? And it's like that. It's like chug, 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 chug,
yes.
chug, chug, chug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly how it is.
Yeah. It's terrifying when it's dark, and it's terrifying when you slide down frontward or backward, and you cannot stop.
Yeah. You guys are missing Chloe. She's rolling all over the place on this little cot here. Oh, you can see her now.
Okay, let's see. Bernard, you guys are supposed to have snow tonight here in Johnson, Ohio tonight, and tomorrow to 28 inches. You guys have a good night. I'll talk to you guys later.
Ooh, that's a lot of snow.
Bernard.
My goodness.
Tiffany, please record it. Mike, there is no guardrails there. Nope. No. One side is mountain, and the other side is downhill.
Yes.
So if we roll, we're dead. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Kelly.
It's a
can
lot.
my car make it up? It depends on the day, honey.
It does.
Priscilla made it. She is driving home, so she's listening.
Oh, okay. Hi, Priscilla.
Good to see you, honey.
Hot dogs in the crock pot? Gross. Yeah, that's gross.
The old-fashioned wooden one. Yeah, Anna.
They have a wooden one at Six Flags. So I used to get season passes for my son and I, Victor and I, for Six Flags and then Hurricane Harbor there in Dallas. So it was like they were right across the street from each other. And so one time I was like, look, if we get all the stuff done, we'll just go. And we would go during the day when there wasn't a lot of other people there. We rode the Texas Giant, which is a wooden road, was the largest wooden roller coaster in the United States. And we rode it probably 8 times in a row. Like, just, it might have even been more than that. And then I threw up because I was getting heat exhaustion and I had to, it was so hot Okay, and I just got horribly sick and threw up in the trash can, and then we had to get home before I passed out.
So Tiffany's saying, "I told you so" here to me. For a year now, we've been asking you if you were in 4 low, Kimmy.
Get her.
Let me just tell you something. I'm stubborn. Heather's stubborn. We're set in our ways about certain things, and I was certain that if you go slow, you die.
Yes.
Right? So I'm like, okay, we have to go 4 high, because then you could speed around the corner and get up there before it catches that you're on
before
ice.
the road understands that you're on it.
Before the tires say, "Oh, that's ice,"
Get
right?
up there.
So
Just get
I figured
past
if we just go fast, right?
So fast.
And so that's what we did. We were like,
hold on,
So-
NASCAR up.
The first time we did 4 low, I was like
Terrified.
so
We were gonna
scared.
die. We're
I
like,
was like, we're gonna just slide
have you
backwards
put your
and we're
will
gonna
in?
die.
Have you got your wills in? Talk to your kids today.
So the first time,
And
we
to
were,
be honest with you, it went like this. Fine, Bob.
and we were like, okay, we got up there. We're like, I don't know if that really works. Right? Did we do that? I don't know.
I don't know if that's any
I
different.
don't know if that
It might have
really
worked
did
just
anything.
fine in 4 high. Regular 4. Yep.
Oh, Sean Belzer.
Hi, Sean.
Give the ladies some love from us as
Yes.
well, Sean. Tell Winter and the girls we said hi.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Anna follows that logic.
That's why you're one of our people.
Yeah. Tiffany wants to know what is next on the list to do.
So tomorrow morning we're gonna paint ourselves out of the building.
Literally.
Yes. And then we have Bible study. So we're gonna try to get it to dry while we're gone. We'll have to knock the dogs off, but I want to treat that floor. I bought some porch paint. We're just gonna pour it on and slap it on there. It's not gonna be anything cute.
Do it right before we go to Darlin Randy's.
Right. And then after that, we have to deal with the wall that has water in it. Because we're going to freeze and then it's just going to be ice in it. So I'm hoping Thursday morning we're cutting firewood. We probably won't show you that. Kimmy might show you that on her channel of more of the firewood prep stuff. We kind of talked about that. But we got to pull all that insulation out and start drying that. So we got to put fans on it and all of that kind of stuff. And then we'll be putting that insulation back in there.
KJ says, "Are you doing splatter paint floor?" Just kidding. No.
That's funny. No.
Ooh, it's starting to get hot right here in front of this.
Is it? Well, we're up to 4.
Yeah, I
Up
can
to
feel it.
400. I can crank us down.
Oh, I can do that here. No, you don't have to.
Yeah. Woo. So, and then we're probably gonna be framing out the bathroom. I mean, as far as something brand new that we're doing, we'd like to get the bathroom framed out and at least one privacy wall. That would be nice.
That would be nice. Of course, that comes with more challenges of trying to film in a tiny, tiny space.
Yeah.
So,
yep. So once we get that in, and then we'll be doing, we're trying to figure out, okay, so this is actually a legit conversation about building the shipping container. So I was talking, we were chit-chatting one morning, and I was told Kim, I said, I think that I want to set up the shipping container where if we're in a situation like we were this year where our water tanks froze because we didn't get them covered or whatever, or we ran out of water or whatever, that we could have a system underneath the sink where you bring in your jugs of water and we could haul water in like we are doing in our jugs, and that you could set those up in there or have a 30-gallon jug thing underneath the counter, and that you could either have a pump that fills those up from the bigger tank but then you can also fill those up or have a separate system where you can unhook and hook up to the big system or unhook and hook up to the smaller system. And so we were actually talking to Kelly and Dwayne about it. And you know, he knows all about the RV stuff. So it would be similar to that, of doing something underneath the kitchen sink, and then there would need to be something in the bathroom. So, but we're also thinking we could do a smaller tank right underneath the bathroom that is heavily insulated and easy to fill, and then it, you know, we'd be able to shower and do all that kind of stuff in there.
We got 2 more that jumped on. Hi, Michael from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Alita, who says that we are the best.
Oh, thanks, Alita.
You 2 are the best. Thank you so much. Kelly says we can hang a GoPro on the wall. Yes,
we can.
We can.
We do have the Clippy.
We actually have been using the Clippy.
Yeah. So that's kind of the thought process I'm at with the water. I was planning on putting my 1,000-gallon water tank over here that goes to this, but I think I want to use the IBC totes for over here, and the bigger water tank maybe for the garden area, because we are eventually going to have a self-heating greenhouse, so we will be needing to water all winter.
And this isn't going to be a permanent residence.
No, this will eventually be like a guest space. Anybody that comes up here and visits us, they'll be able to stay in this once the barnuminium's done. So
yeah.
That's.
Are you going to use the 12-volt pump? Sean wants to know.
Yes, I bought one. It's coming in from. It should be getting into the post office here pretty soon. So I picked up a 12-volt pump. One that Kelly and Dwayne suggested. So I grabbed that, and so yeah, we're just kind of thinking about that. We're kind of tossing that around and making. This was my biggest issue, is if we didn't have anybody visiting, I didn't want 1,000 gallons of water sitting here going stagnant.
Yeah.
So if it's the IBC tote, we could easily, 200 gallons, we could pick up 200 gallons super easy and fill that, no problem, while someone's staying here for however long they're staying for the week or whatever, and they would be good to go. So I think our IBC totes are like $275. I think that's what they hold.
Here is a suggestion.
Okay.
If there's no heat insulation, only keeps things the temperature they are. Hopefully, if you create a heated room under the container, you can put a water tank in there.
Yeah, for the winter time is what you're talking about. I don't know who would be crazy enough to visit us in the winter time. That was kind of the thought process, is that in the wintertime it could be winterized.
Yeah.
And then if someone's coming and we just bring in these little jugs of water and we have those set. So Bob sent us 4 6-gallon jugs for water, and those last us a week.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we're not showering here. We go to the Y and shower, but if somebody was staying here and visiting us and they weren't staying in the barnuminium, they could come in the barnuminium and shower.
Tim Ferg goes on and he says, you have a lot of work ahead of you guys.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. We know that though. We know it. We're good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else are we going to do? We're going to go around and pick flowers and crochet things. Like, what? I have to stay busy. If I'm not busy, I get depressed. Like, I need to have.
He says that we need to raise a lot of spinach to keep up our energy.
Not wrong. Not wrong on that.
Spinach.
I love spinach. Fresh spinach. I don't like canned.
Yeah, no, I don't think can.
No.
I can do some fresh.
Chloe's like, what? Is it breakfast, dinner time? Is it snacks?
Kelly says that they were just talking and have a few ideas that they will get with us about.
Good.
Jimmy's. KJ's having, Heather and Jimmy's Airbnb construction and electronics detox camp. And then she said Jimmy's, and then she said Jimmy's. And then she said Jimmy's. Are you trying to say Kimmy's?
See? It's never Jimmy's, is it? What's one that was changing? I was doing
Duck.
What's No, I was doing like from, and it gave me like Palantosaurus, and I was like, that's not even close.
Every time I try to put plan down, it says Olan with a O with a thing over the top of the O. I'm like, what? That's not even a word. Pollination Farms is here.
Ooh, hi.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Robert says he sometimes has ideas, but he's afraid that Heather will block him. Well, you just have to tell her she's pretty first.
Exactly,
And
Bob.
smart.
I've already told you this.
Vicky says crocheting isn't that bad, Heather.
It's not. I love to crochet. I crochet a lot. I haven't been lately.
So 6 o'clock. Throw out some more questions if you have any. If not, we're getting off and we're having some hamburger and french fries.
Eating a burger and a fry. Who here knits? I don't knit. I crochet. Was that one young man that was he was crocheting and he's super fast, and so he hangs out with all the old ladies. He's this little kid and he is crocheting, and they were like, well, what do you want to be when you do? A surgeon, and this helps my hands. Like
I don't knit or crochet. I do needlepoint.
I do like needlepoint too. I do like needlepoint. I did that when I was a lot younger.
Kelly's like, I only read. Pollination Farms crochets too.
Ooh, nice. I love it.
Ladies, stay warm tonight. I don't knit. I weave Nantucket baskets.
Ooh.
That would be Robert's.
Nice.
Only guardrails I saw was at that one away fest. I don't know where it is.
He had put it up there earlier. Was gave all your needles. Let's see. I gave all my needles by knitting needles to the daughter of a friend, and then her son has taken up crochet. Nice.
Oh, cute.
Oh, lady's making her a hat scarf. How's the homestead, Anna? I had a friend who knitted, and I crocheted. That was my thing, and I would make big scarves that were like shawls and had pockets in them. Because if I could throw a pocket in it, I'm gonna.
Yeah, pockets are nice.
I know, because I love myself. I'm gonna have pockets.
It's coming. Weather stinks, so little by little.
Yeah. Well, we've got this big, probably a couple of truckloads of logs to continue splitting, and they should be dry. They've been tarped. The ones that we split earlier, they were actually buried in snow as logs, and so they're kind of wet. So we have to bring them in and let them dry and do their thing, and then get them going. But we are not completely. I've got a little bit of dry stuff that was in the firewood under the tarp thing with the 6 cords. I got a little bit left of that, and then we only have that, and then we have to get that split.
We got it.
And it's going down into single digits.
We got this. We'll make it happen. Ooh, I am burning up.
Yep. Well, we're going to eat because I get hangry.
You don't want a hangry Heather.
Nobody wants that.
Thanks for joining us tonight,
Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the super chat. We really appreciate it. And we did have... I forgot her name. I think her name is Susan. She gave us a coffee chat. Actually, like 5 coffee chats.
So nice.
And that's amazing. So that's like super
thank you
exciting. We really appreciate it. We thank you guys for hanging out with us. That's all I got.
Peace out.
Good night.
Bye.